Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Marvel/Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and I've been playing this game, Marvel Strike Force, for about 5.5 weeks now. I've reached level 75, and I finally feel a little bit comfortable talking with you. And as a beginner myself, and I'm still kind of adjusting to the game and understanding things, I think I can share some beginner tips with you guys for, kind of bringing in tips that I've gotten from people that I've talked to, talking to other content creators like Boylon and Dorky Dad. Go check them out for sure. My community helping me out with the game. So I feel comfortable finally coming to you with 10 beginner tips for Marvel Strike Force. And let's just jump right into the beginning. First we'll start with MarvelStrikeForce.com. You should be visiting MarvelStrikeForce.com every single day. This website has all sorts of information. It can show you your roster. You can filter your roster. You can take a look at what's going on there. I can't click on it right now. I can scroll with my... Interesting, I can scroll with my roller, but I can't grab it and scroll. That's really interesting to me. Anyway, it's not just that though. I look at here, you can look at your Dark Dimension Planner, you can take a look at a lot of things in the game, all the missions. You can go down to the bottom, there's a ton of stuff on here that really helps you. But what I really look at, the main two places I come to MarvelStrikeForce.com every day are for the milestones, because there are milestones in the game, but there are also milestones on MarvelStrikeForce.com where you're claiming you're getting extra energy every day, 100 of the campaign energy, 50 of the ISO 8 energy, 200 of these premium orb fragments, and 300 of whatever ratings to... I still don't understand this stuff, but more about that later. Oh, I think that's for your, the thing at the... I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, see, I'm still new, but I can give you this advice. Also in the store, you're going to get a lot of free stuff. Of course, here's all this free stuff that I've already claimed. This resets 1 day, 6 hours. I'll get some more stuff there, I guess. As you get scores here, you get that bang for your buck. You get stuff. You need these. I'm going to talk about this. You need these training modules, my friend, badly. But also, you come here and you claim all this other free stuff on a daily basis. And who doesn't want free stuff? Even if you don't even know exactly what it's for initially, you should be in here getting your free stuff every single day. You could do this on your phone, on your browser, on your phone, or otherwise. Go to MarvelStrikeForce.com, get your milestones that are just on the website, and also claim your free stuff. And over time, start to figure out what's on here. And if you're spending on the game, there are lots of packs on here. I can't tell you if they're great value or not. I haven't spent yet on the game, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. So make sure to visit MarvelStrikeForce.com every single day to get the good stuff off of there. Number two, another external benefit to your account. Get the player codes off of Discord. This is the Discord server, and I'll put a link to this server in the video description here for you guys. If you come in here, there are they're promo codes, but when I go to MarvelStrikeForce.com, there's a spot in there under your profile where you can go to new player codes. It's called new player codes. It's really for anybody. These codes are available to all players. The last one here is Lord Annihilus. They've had other codes like Sam, to get Sam, or for Red to get Red Hulk. They've always got new codes coming in here that have some really great rewards for you. I mean, 12,000 of these training module orbs is a gigantic deal in this game. These other orbs, there's a lot of great rewards in here that you get from the codes. So go to the Marvel Strike Force Discord, not Discode, Discord. Go to the codes room and hang out in there. There's a lot of fluff in here. I find that a little bit annoying. It's been mentioned here that some people said, hey, it'd be nice if we could just get the codes in here instead of everybody talking about random stuff. But people are going to talk about random stuff in the stream. You gotta sort through it to find the codes. But the codes that are published are really valuable, and I think they come through data mines. I'm not even sure, but get those codes on Discord. My next tip for beginners is this, and I did not get this tip until I think people mentioned it to me early on, and I really didn't understand. I got a little bit different advice. Gold is going to be plentiful in your game. Training modules are not. You're going to run out of training modules, which has just happened to me. Look up here. I've got 83 million gold. 83 million gold. It only costs like 900,000 or 850 to get a character from 0 to 7 stars. And leveling them up along the way isn't all that expensive. I can open all these right now. I can open all these gold orbs right now. I got 44 of them. Skadoosh. That's gonna give me, now I have 94 million gold. I get a lot of gold. You get it not only through the game modes, there are places in the events. We'll talk about the events here in a moment where you can get them, and we're gonna kind of re-emphasize this stuff as we go. I'm also getting a lot of gold once you get the epic campaigns, which I think open for level 70 at me over here for me in the dark dimension. When you do these tiers, the rewards for these tiers. I don't want to do that. I want to get into there. I'm already in this, aren't I? Yeah, there is possible rewards, more gold orb fragments, and more gold. I get all sorts of gold. I get all sorts of gold in the game. It's out there, and if you need it and you're a little short on it, there are places to grab it. Like when you go to your campaigns, you go to these special campaigns like Starjammers. You want to go to Act 1. You go in there, you go to the first tier. At the end of it, there's your gold orbs. You can get a lot of gold orbs. It's always available. Training orbs are a lot more rare in the game. And what I see right now, it looks to me, I'm getting into my first events here, and we'll talk about the events in a moment, but in Act 2 of the events, you go into those, you go into Tier 1, because you can't do Tier 2 unless you're gonna pay for Howard the Duck. So I'm gonna go into Tier 1, the final node there's my training orb fragments. You need a lot of training orbs in this game, and I'll spend this here. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spend this now. So I'm just gonna go auto 100, auto 10, auto 10. I'm even gonna refresh this for 50 of my what do we call power cores here to get more of it. So you need, that just jumped me around. You need training materials, training modules. You need these orbs to get the training modules. Yeah, and you also are going to get training modules from one note there. Apparently, Bluetooth is not really the way to go. I got to figure this out, but you can get training modules from these training day. This is going to be a really big one for you to keep pushing forward on and get as far as you can in the game. Training modules, you're going to run out of them, and I'll show you my roster right now. When I look at my roster, I've got it here. Okay, let's say I've got Hela here at level 67. Or Captain America. We all love Captain America. I got Captain America at level 66. I could take him all the way to level 75, but look at that. It takes all of my gold training modules here, a third of my purple ones, and I'm going to run out of these. If I did this, it would pretty much use up most of my training modules, and I wouldn't have much left to take Polaris, for example, one of my important characters, up to level 75. So you're going to need training modules in the game so you can apply them to your characters and get them worked up. Gear, everything else is a little more available to you, a little more out there, but those training modules, you're gonna need a lot of those. So you don't really need to go hard after the goal, but you will need to go hard after the training modules throughout the game. So pay attention to that. And it also leads us to some of the other advice we have here, like use and upgrade the teams that you're given in the game. They're going to give you a lot of teams through these milestones. You're gonna have milestones in the game, and I don't have them available anymore in the milestones, but you're gonna get teams like the X-Men. I think it's specifically the I don't remember which X-Men it is. It's X something. There's a bunch of different X-Men teams. They gave me, let's see here, I got Cyclops and Nightcrawler and Gambit and a couple more. They're gonna give you a full X-Men team. They're gonna give you a full Spider. Which one is it? Look at all these Spider-Man teams. Spider Society team. You're gonna get a full Spider Society team. You're gonna get a full, hold on here, Sinister Six team. You'll get a full Sinister Six team. They're gonna give you these teams as full teams. You'll get a full Out of Time team as well. They're gonna give you multiple teams. Now you're gonna be farming characters because that's what you wanna do with your energy. You wanna take your campaign energy and really just farm characters with it. You don't be farming gear with your campaign energy. So you find some more characters, like I have farmed Cable. I got Polaris along the way as well. I farmed Captain America Sam. They also gave me a lot of Captain America Sam. I farmed Beast along the way. All these characters you see for me that are at 6 or 7 stars, I've only got one 7-star character right now. I have been given shards for all these characters from different events along the way. Take the characters that they give you and the shards that they give you and build on those characters rather than trying to build your characters up from scratch on your own. What I've also found is I have gone a little bit too deep with my character development. I've got, let me take here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 18 characters right now that are all at, I think it's gear 13 is the orange. Yeah, gear 13 or higher. I probably got an extra 3 characters there, but I've also got all these purple characters. I've invested in a few too many characters right now, which is preventing me from upgrading other characters. You come down here, a lot of these characters, I did not need to invest in all these teams. I invested in an Alpha Flight team. They give that to you as well. You probably don't need that one. I'm a little bit too deep on my roster. How too deep am I? I don't really know yet. It's something I'm still working through, only 5 weeks into the game, but primarily, if you were to only use and upgrade the characters that they gave you, which they give you a lot of shards, actually, the new characters, like Lalandra here, I'm gonna have it 7 stars sometime in the next month or so, which is kind of nice. I did get a bunch of Emma Frost, X-Men, she's my girl. And then, you know, I got Kestrel unlocked from the not the Dark Dimensions, but the other part of that. So you're gonna get a lot of characters unlocked along the way. Just upgrade and improve the characters they give you. Work on those teams, because those teams are gonna be sufficient for your early game efforts like raids and Blitz and everything else in the game, your arena. It's all gonna be, those teams will work for you. Don't go out and find a bunch of other different teams. And the other thing you'll find is the teams that they give you are generally comprised of newer characters, and the newer the character is, the better the character is. That's how this game works. So generally speaking, just use and upgrade the teams and characters that they give you, rather than going out and finding your own independent teams. I'm a guy that likes to find my own stuff, so I kind of felt I did that, what's the word? I fell victim to that. There we go, along the way. So, campaigns and events are pretty confusing in this game for the new player. I had a lot of confusion. It's starting to clear up for me. If I look in campaigns, my campaigns start off with my Spider Society, which is where I got my Spider Society. This is out here forever. Like, I've been sitting on just this node right here. I haven't really found any places to get any training orbs or anything here. I've just been sitting on this node, just doing this once a day, every day, ever since I started, and it's gonna go another 3 weeks for me. So, but that's a showcase. Here's the Starjammer showcase. Here's a Vigilante showcase, Starjammer showcase. There was even another one in here when I got started. It was the Patriot showcase, I think, or something, that had some other, it gets confusing because these are all like short-term events, short-ish term events at the beginning. Over here, Heroes Assemble, Villains United, anything from Heroes Assemble on over is a permanent campaign node that's always available in the game. You unlock them as you go. I had a lot of confusion. I still think they should add the, you know, if they're gonna have this screen here, they should add the event energy, because when I click on events, let's go out and click on events. Boom, events. These are here too. And along with some other, like the Sword Battle Lab, which is in the Blitz. This is where I'm getting my Lalandra shards just by doing stuff every day. There's my Vigilante showcase. There's my Starjammer showcase. Professor Xavier's coming soon. And then we have all of these other legendary events. What I've learned with the legendary events, and I think this is fair, that you're just going to unlock them as you go. You can see right now, I've got Magneto at 6 stars ready to unlock right now. I'm getting close to getting Magneto ready to go. Have I worked toward this at all? Nah. I haven't really done any work toward getting Magneto. So you'll just get these as you go. Initially, part of my farming for the first couple of weeks was I thought, hey, I want to get Phoenix in here. So I'm gonna go farm some Mystic controllers. And nah, don't do that. You'll get those characters as you go. These legendary events will just open. I've also got Adam Warlock available here for me at 200 at gear 6, or excuse me, 6 stars, which means I got enough X-Men or X-Factor characters to get them. This is going to come as you develop your rosters. Just let those develop. The events are over here. It's a little bit confusing. Try not to get confused. Mainly what I use these events for, and I'm having trouble here in the morning. I access these events here through the campaigns. I use them either for gold, I showed you this already, or for, that's gonna be gold too. Tier 2 is where we're gonna get or for what I think is gonna be more important, I think you should do more of, training orb fragments. Those training orb fragments, you're gonna go over there, you're gonna unlock training orbs with these, and those training orbs get you the training modules you need to train up your characters, which is what I've been running out of lately and not been able to upgrade my characters. Let's go over to the supply store. In the supplies, you go to orbs, you scroll down through all the millions of different orbs that are available, which I think is crazy. And there's the training orb right there. Now I can claim 2 of these now because I've been collecting those orb materials. And there you go. Get yourself some training orbs. But regardless, that's I know this is all kind of intertwining, but campaigns versus events can be kind of confusing. Don't let it confuse you. I'm going to activate most of the current events or the temporary events right here. I'm going to go to Act 2, Part 1 of Act 2. And go to the final note and get these training. That's where I'm gonna spend my time in those. Trying to get confused, and don't let it get you all discombobulated like I let it get me discombobulated. Hey, Blitz. Blitz is a pretty cool little game mode. I really like it, and it's a game mode that you can go in and you can play over and over and over again if you're playing the game. You know, I can go in here, I could do more of this. I could try to find an opponent. I don't think I'm gonna be able to defeat that opponent. Let's see, let me go to the top here. Here's my number 1 team. Let me find an opponent. That opponent, what you want to look for on these opponents is old teams comprised of old characters. Shield Medic, Hulk, Elektra, Wolverine. These are all old characters and they're non-red stars. Hela's a little bit more new, but I can beat this team. And look at my big old cable over here. You want to get to where you can sim these battles. You want to click that sim button. I think that came from me around level 35 or 40, somewhere around there. Click the sim, do the battle. When you find these teams with old characters over here in Blitz, you're going to defeat them because I told you, new characters better than old characters. That is just true in this game. That's how the game works. Once again, finding an opponent: Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, I can never remember her name, Power Man, or Luke Cage. I can never remember her name. Anyway, these are old characters. These characters came out like in the first 6 months of the game. I know I can sim this. Look for those teams. You'll get used to who the old characters are along the way. Even if they have a big power, you'll be able to beat them. But my main point here is I've already maxed out my rewards here in this term or this time through Blitz. So I'm not really going into Blitz anymore. I get my milestone 20 done and I stop going into it. You could, if you are a gamer, if you are a grinder, you could come in here and every hour this resets so you don't have to spend any of your Blitz charge to do this. Every hour it resets. You'll have 3 teams over here that you can face. I could beat the Gamora's old, original Captain Marvel is old. I think I could beat this team, although that might be tough. Let's see if there's a better team out here for me. I don't think I'm gonna beat the, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Battle! Spend my Blitz energy and, oh, I won it. There we go. I won that one. So you could do that. You can grind it out and maybe you'll climb up higher on the rankings. Maybe you'll climb up on those rankings and get better rewards, but it's pretty random. You don't really know where you stand in the rankings until it's done. There are people that are gonna be doing this like all day, every day, just grind, grind, grind. So you can do that if you want. My recommendation is get that top reward and just head out. And the same thing if like these specials show up, I can't really beat these teams up here anymore, so I bowed out of that as well. And I'm gonna be just okay. So that's my tip for Blitz. Get the max reward and just chill after that. Don't let all the noise confuse you. I'm gonna tell you, as a veteran of collector games, I played several games like this throughout the years. This is the noisiest one. And by noise, I mean there's a lot going on. I was getting so many of these achievements every day. They'd pop up on my screen. They're slowing down now. Inbox and rewards come constantly. Look at all these inbox notifications or reward notifications I've gotten just over the last week. There's so many of these messages. If I click off of, I unclick show red so they don't show any here anymore. There's a lot of, I'm getting 5, 6, 7 of these inbox messages every single day about just new stuff coming, new stuff ending, whatever events. Every orb that I open in the game seems to lead to more orbs. Let me see if I can do an example here. Path to Daredevil. This isn't going to give me orbs. Yeah, it did. It gave me orbs. There, Guardian Devil Orb Frat. There is a giant circular orb farming, I don't know, level of rabbit hole madness in this game just don't let it get to you. Just don't let it get to you. It is confusing. This is the noise that I'm talking about when I talk about the game. The rewards are so broad and so various in this game. There's so many different shops in the game that you can go through, so much going on. Try not to let it get to you. Try not to let it get to you. Try to simplify things, make it easier for yourself. I'll give a quick little beginner review of the shops here in a moment, but there's going to be a lot of noise. There's always stuff lit up on the screen. There's a lot going on. Your battle passes, everything else. Try not to let it get to you, because when you get to the 4 or 5 week mark, the noise is going to start to settle down like it has for me, and you'll be able to figure out what's going on in the game and what you really want to focus on. So you're going to be okay. Just don't freak out about all the noise, because there is a lot of noise in this game. Hey, some basic tips for the supply shops. I think this is really important. It's something I've been learning as I go through. I guess they're popping in new and or temporary supply shops all the time. This is the X coins that's going on right now with Xavier being a character now. What I do with these X coins is I'm just buying all this stuff at the moment. Now, some of this stuff I've got 1,600 of these. I'm not buying those, 1,600 to 2,000, but anything that I've got under 1,000 of, I'm gonna go ahead and buy with this currency. It does look like at some point there's gonna be some orbs available for this, I guess. I don't know yet. I'm fairly new to this, so there'll be some orbs in there to purchase eventually, maybe, I guess. I don't know. Over here, some really good advice that I've gotten is just, mainly unlock the orbs over here to unlock everything that you're going to get in the game. Hey, look, mega orbs for lots of... These are great. These are really good. I've definitely gotten some Jean Grey out of this. I got Big Head Magoo here, the leader. Nimrod, 50 shards of Nimrod. That's great. He's on one of the newer teams. These newer characters that you'll kind of get to recognize as you go through are better than the old characters, like I mentioned. Just open up the orbs in most of these shops. That's where it's really going to lie. And I'm still trying to figure out where it works for me to open orbs versus farming characters. But I've really been told mostly in the supply store, you do want to come in here, especially early on. I have a lot of these T2 ability materials now, but early on I didn't. So you do want to buy those, and sometimes you get the gold ones in here that cost you 200 of your power cores. Those are worth it for 200 power cores from everything I'm seeing in the game. So for most of these supply stores, you're gonna do that. I am buying all the gear that I see down here, again, that I have less than 1,000 of. I'm just go ahead and loading it up on here, the same as I did in the X store. I'm doing the same thing here in the regular supply store. But the other supply stores, let me see if I can get these here. Yeah, I'm lacking on that. These are cheap and I'm getting these. The other supply stores, I'm not gonna bought those. I have less than 1,000, but I didn't. You really want to stick to the orbs for the most part for all of these to get what's in the stores for the best part. I've been told there are ways to spend in here for some of the direct supplies or characters, but look at that, 4,200 for Emma Frost. I unlocked most of my, I think all of my Emma Frost, I've got her at 4 or 5 stars now. It was all given to me through all my other orbs. All the orbs is how you unlock all this stuff. This stuff, it's just not worth spending in most of these shops, with one exception being here in the arena store. You need these training modules, and that's worth it for that. And then I was also told, and I think this is good advice, Spider-Man Noir and Gambit here, get them up to 7 stars in this shop right here. I've almost got Spider-Man Noir done. Everything else is just going to be opening orbs, and the red orbs, one thing I'll tell you about these, and I've been told on these red star orbs right here, wait till it's times 10, and I don't know when that falls in yet, somewhere around these new characters and releases, but wait till this says times 10. I've spent a bunch of these that I shouldn't have spent. When this says times 10, that's when you grab these red orbs. But for the most part, you're going to be farming orbs in these shops rather than farming, oh my gosh, can I open 3,000 of these? Do I want to? I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm gonna open 1,000 of them right now. Is this gear? No, it's all my blue. Okay, I can't even apply this to my characters yet, I don't think. So I'll be applying that as I go. Mostly orbs. You can, in your supply shops, can I not, I have to go through this way? You're gonna be spending in this supply shop, and this is your main place to be. You're gonna get a lot of character shards out of this. Over here right now, I'm just spending on supplies till the orbs are available. And here in the arena store, you can spend some supplies here to get training modules, and also Spider-Man Noir and Gambit. Everything else, from everything I've been told and seen, just do the orbs in all the shops. So that's your feedback there. Some basic tips. I'll be back later with better tips as I really get into the game a little bit more. And my final 2 tips are 2 tips that I give people all the time in Galaxy of Heroes. It's the game I've been playing for years, since the beginning, and in this game as well. These are 2 basic tips from your dad. Track your spending. You've got to track your spending. You think you're spending 10 bucks here, 20 bucks there. You don't have a few $100s a month to spend, and you don't even realize it, and you've spent $300 or $400. You've got $300 or $400 to spend every month, and you think you've just spent $300 or $400, and you don't even realize, but you spent $2,000. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If you do not track your spending, get a spreadsheet. I've seen people with spreadsheets. I've seen people with notepads. I've seen people with just pieces of paper. Write it down. Track what you're spending so you don't overspend in your life. Your food on your table and your family, your car payment, your house payment, all that's more important than playing a game. It's just a game. Make sure you track your spending. And speaking of just a game, make sure you're having fun. You're playing a game. You're collecting comic book. You're collecting fantasy mutants and wizards and what else? Basically, that's it. Fantasy mutants and wizards is what you're collecting. Super powered individuals, superheroes. You're collecting them. You're playing against other players with them. You're working and you're co-oping with your guild to do things. If you're not having fun playing the game, it's either not the game for you or you're doing it wrong. If you're going out and it feels like the game is just a tremendous burden to you right now in your life, then you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You want to play a game and have fun. So you either maybe you need to invest more in the game of your time because you feel like you're not getting enough out of it. Maybe you need to invest a little bit less, invest with your guild a little bit more, go on Discord, talk to your guild, pull back from your guild, go play more of different game modes, whatever it is you need to do, more, less, whatever. Find the fun spot for you in the game and live in that fun spot. For me, I found out years ago, I don't want to be ducking out to the bathroom to play game modes because my guild needs me to when I'm out to dinner with my family. So I let all that go and I found a guild and a spot in my gaming that fits more into my lifestyle and how I play the games. That's it. Have fun. Hopefully all these tips help you out as a beginner in Marvel Strike Force. I'm still a beginner myself. I'll be having more tips for you as we go along and we experience the game when we move forward. With all of that said, I hope everybody has a great day. I will definitely talk to you soon. And always remember, it's too good.